contested right now. Pick one of them. They're both great 80 carries.
Let's go ahead and get into our pick and bans. Win are going to be on the blue side, so we'll have first pick heading into our deciding game between them and Axis Empire. Axis Empire coming into playoffs as our 6th seed, only needing one final Nexus to fall for them to get into our final and upset both Detonator and Win eSports.
My God, Axis are actually very close. I expected this to be a 2-0 in Win's favor.
Everyone did.
Especially after the first game. After the first game, I was like, wow, Axis not putting up a fight, especially when they can lock down Shadow. But Shadow's playing atrociously. And as much Kagame's laning phase has improved, that's where he was weakest. He's just not contributing very well during team fights at the moment. So hopefully we can see more of that. They ban out the Nocturne, so they're afraid of Nocturne.
And Carino also, Matakali, hotly contested here on 9.16 globally. Is going to be banned out, so Carino's not going to have an opportunity of that once again. Let's see here. Olaf and Elise still priority bans coming out from Axis Empire. Don't want to allow Libero having that highly early aggression. Aurelia going to be the third ban here for Win eSports. What does Axis want to get rid of? They want to try and ban out this Aatrox. So, the Zoe.
You have to.
Have to do the Zoe. They can't deal with it.
You saw what Arhedge did in the first game. He's always been such a good Zoe player. You give away the Aatrox. You've already shown in the first game you're comfortable giving away the Aatrox. I think Zoe is the lesser of two I think Aatrox is the lesser of two evils. You definitely need to get rid of Zoe. It does mean that Axis can respond with 2 priority picks, and they can keep the Fiora in their back pocket. If that's not banned out by Win later, they can pick that into the Aatrox. But they do have to watch out, because Arhedge does flex the champion.
All right, now Kaisa being hovered here. Gonna try and get some extra damage. Blaze had an alright game last time around, and can pick up the champion once again, instead of picking up the Xayah Rakan combo that could be available. Caspiel gonna opt in for the Gragas here. Could be flexed. I do believe Axis Empire are one of the teams that do flex the Gragas to the bot lane. I think they did it once.
Yeah, they can, but it's just so rare.
It's rare
in the jungle. It's been banned out against. It's been banned out against Caspiel a few times as well.
That does mean the Silas, though, has been left open and is going to get locked in, so that could go to either Shadow or Libero, or even Arhedge.
My tilt type is the Paladin.
You're the Paladin.
I am the Paladin. My strength is I represent responsibility, order, and accountability for all. That's my weakness. In their most tilted form, the Paladin may resort to condescension, lectures, or threats to punish others. That's me.
That's the old Rito standard. I'm going to tell... Ooh! Axis just going to whip out the Yasuo. They're taking out... They're doing the Liab strat here.
They're doing exactly what they did yesterday with the Gragas and Yasuo being picked. And this is something that Win have been doing to them every single second ban phase, which is they'll get rid of Gragas in the first ban phase, or if they don't get rid of it, they at least get rid of the Yasuo in the second ban phase. So you can't even pick the Yasuo with the composition. So respecting that it'd probably be taken away, locking the Yasuo. However, Braum was picked up, which is a huge counter to Gragas in the mid game.
Now getting into our second round of bans, Camille going to be banned out, as well as the Mordekaiser, actually. A lot of Mordekaiser blue side coming out here. I think no one else just wants to play it into an Aatrox or something like that. We'll see here, Sivir being banned out, which is, again, one of those safety picks. Did kind of go down priority after the nerfs. We'll see here, Nautilus is going to be the final ban here by Win. But hell, I could even see maybe Axis going ahead. Going to pick up that Rakan.
I think you have to pick a support here, and an engaged support makes a lot of sense.
It's an easy combo up as well into that Yasuo if Chili's able to find a double knockup.
I think Rakan makes sense. Gives you the extra knockup, gives you the charm possibility as well. They're going to take away the Vladimir from Axis. That's the final piece of this puzzle that they'd like to put together. Get the Vladimir and the Yasuo in a lane.
They're going to resort back, though, onto this Ezreal, possibly, though.
No. Pick Zaya.
He don't fish.
Pick Zaya.
Oh boy. Ooh, we're gonna see Shine try and take. Or oh, this could be Flex
Why?
too. Or Nectin being a possible pickup
Why
here.
did they pick Ezreal? Pick Zaya.
Renekton gonna be locked in for the final pick here.
Why?
Axis Empire. Both teams now have their drafts heading into quite possibly one of their final games. Fish has run off onto the other side of the studio. Our poor audio girl having to deal with him.
Upset.
Yeah, I'd be too. Okay, so they're gonna allow Arhedge to play the Aatrox, and that's gonna be Yasuo Aatrox lane.
Renekton has a good lane against Aatrox and against Shine knows how to play against it, but he can have a great lane against Vladimir too. So if Gragas is able to find some priority towards top side of the map, oh, you could shut down Shadow's Vladimir very early on. Especially with the form Shadow's been in the past 2 matches, there is a potential to tilt the Paladin and put him down in the top lane.
Well, here we go. Final game of our first semifinal. Winner advances on to Vietnam.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
His hair's on fire. Can someone tell him?
That's just his hot mixtape.
His hair is on fire.
Yeah, he listened to the hot mixtape.
He's dangerous.
No, he's
like
just
a
hot.
fire in a nursing home.
Oh, jeez.
Old
Fish.
people burning, old people burning.
Oh, jeez, Fish. I didn't realize how much this Ezreal tilted you.
Oh boy, I'm a tilted paladin.
You're
right
a tilted paladin right now.
now. Describes me so perfectly.
A tilted paladin.
Yes.
Oh. See here. No one looking for any deep ward coverage. Just have an idea who everybody is. I'll just see Arhedge here. Might try and get a little poker. Just keep track of where this Gragas is starting.
How's this dance? What is
This is what
dance?
Shadow and Shine like to do. They're like, I'm in a bush, you're in a bush. This is your lane, this is my lane. Oh, he missed a minion.
That's okay.
GG. Go next.
Gotta be careful because Blood Rush is coming up from Shadow. Yeah, you've always gotta be careful of that. It's just, you basically crit on your Q. And that's up. It's exactly how you expect the Vladimir lane to go. You're gonna deal a lot of damage very early on. As soon as Ranta hits level 3 though, it can get up in your face and suddenly it's not as impactful anymore as Vladimir. But the first 2 levels, Renekton does have to be a bit careful.
Mid lane getting pushed in here by Arhedge pretty early.
Surprise! So Shadow's gone for the Phase Rush. I really like Kleptomancy in this matchup because you're not going to win the matchup. Phase Rush is great for team fights, but you might as well make use of the fact that you're not going to kill Renekton, but you can auto-attack him a lot, so you can get Kleptomancy to get lots of damage back in. Oh, go back. Rinda's going to jump on him and spin him up in the air. Show me.
Nice job here coming out from Shine.
Also, Shine is one of the few Renekton players that will take Presti attack into squishy matchups like the Vladimir.
And he just tries to force the kill early.
He made a mistake there. He thought he could get the Q off against Vladimir. In doing so, he stayed in range for the Blood Rush transfusion, giving a lot of health back towards Shadow and a big chunk of damage over towards Shine as well. Shine's going to have to go back to base. And there's still a potion available for Shadow. He's going to get another Blood Rush here, so we get a big chunk of health.
A little bit of chunk of health. All is good, though. Wave get pushes in. We'll see if Shine is looking to get a quick back.
He should. He should go back because it's starting to turn in Renekton's favor. In a few more waves, he'll be able to play against the Vladimir very aggressively. If it was me, I would want the first back just so I can come back into lane and manipulate the lane in my favor. You know, put the pressure on Vladimir to use his teleport too, so we both lack the teleports. But Shine just trying to see if he can stick around and push it out as much as possible. Take as much of a beating now, so when he does go back to base, he'll heal up and be more impactful when he teleports in.
Down to the spot lane. Going to be keeping track. Chilean Blaze. Already starting to get a little bit of a CS lead here on the side of Axis Empire.
Just so many threats coming out from Axis. Renekton, Yasuo, Kai'Sa, all threats, and Gragas will build ability power too, so you've got 4 threats coming in with a Rakan to tie them all together. Win this time as well, they went from the 1 threat composition, picking up 4 threats themselves too. Just scale a little bit later than normal. But we haven't seen that hyper aggression from Libero and Shadow.
No, a lot more common reserve in the series so far.
Good slide for
Ooh, Karina. He's dancing. Look at top lane though, Shine. Getting pretty aggressive here. Caspel's nearby. Shadow. Gonna use the blood pool immediately. Caspel just gonna poke him off.
And that's what Renekton does. This is why the matchup goes so well in Renekton's favor, because if you want to use that Sanguine Pool to avoid the damage, you are going to take a lot of damage from using the ability. It takes a huge chunk of your current hit points.
Oh!
Didn't get him in time. If you deal damage in the 0.5 seconds before the recall animation ends, doesn't cancel the recall. And Vladimir still had his teleport, so he's going to just come back into lane perfectly fine.
Very close there by Caspiel. If only he had his Predator boots, which he only just got now on his most recent back.
I think it could have been a little bit aggressive, more aggressive too. I think that he could have made his way over a little bit faster, but didn't focus on other things there, like waddling in and out of the lane. But at the end of the day, good attempt coming out there. Do force Shadow back to base, and he's going to have to push the wave back out into Renekton, something he probably doesn't want to do. And he got an Amp Tome, so just a little bit of extra ability power and his passive giving him a bit more hit points. That's all he's going to get from that. Bottom lane's doing very well this game, though. Blaze is up about 10 CS.
Yeah, and he's got a wave actually
Big
pushing
wave
back.
Big wave crashing it against him. He's got 3 extra range minions, so he's actually doing very well this top side of the map.
Up in top lane, Predator's going to be popped, and there's the stun. Shadow going to try and hold on to the blood pool as long as possible. Double teleport going to come back. Shine is going to be able to survive. Our Edge wants to join in on the fight. Carino's here. Need to find a knock up here somewhere. Caspiel, though, does not have level 6, so they won't be able to find the last breath immediately. There it is, though. First blood goes to Axis Empire.
Carino even trying to line up the Q so it would hit both Shadow as well as our Edge. But Axis Empire find the picks up top side. They attack this Vladimir, and they're not done just yet, Opal. They say, we've got your mid laner. We have control over your side of the jungle. We're going to dive this Vladimir as well.
Shadow might have his pool available, but he's going to get stunned up before he even has a chance to use it as Shine going to get the kill credit. And Axis Empire striking immediately up toward the top side of the map.
They need to attack the bottom lane now because Axis Empire have broken top side of the map. Our Edge and Shadow being put down. They're getting some good turret plates, good damage on this turret as well. Haspiel doesn't have to leave just yet. Another wave is about to march in, and it's a cannon wave at that too. So they need to attack this bottom lane. We need to find some sort of advantage in this early game. If not, this is going to snowball crazily in Axis' favor. And for the second time this year, they could punch their ticket into the grand finals as the dark horse of the competition.
Coming in as 6th seed. Nguyen had an undefeated season. Lots of comparisons to past teams that went on to World Championships and MSIs.
But what's going on for Win today?
Libero and Shadow are just non-existent.
They're not working together. We said at the start of the day, that's your win condition. Your win condition is Win, Shadow, as well as Libero. They're 2 LDL players that have shaken up the LST. They've demolished the top side. So far, we've seen Libero have a great game 1 at Xinjiao, where he was able to pick off multiple members of Axis Empire over and over again. But Shadow has been non-existent this entire series.
And Shadow is coming in as your MVP leader from regular season.
Exactly.
This was the person to make a play. Our Hedge in the mid lane. Here's the knock up into another ultimate, and Chili's coming by to also add in some extra pressure. He actually ate up the exhaust, and Carino gets the kill.
What a beautiful play as well. He even doesn't jump in with the W. He makes sure he dumps over to an ally, gets the shield down first, waits for both champions to be in range for the knockup, but gets a point-blank knockup. Axis Empire on fire. They unlock this Yasuo pick. It's being banned against them second rotation every single time. They make a bold play to get it in game 3. They get it.
Shine, he's going to get full rage here, and he's going to slice and dice his way through top lane. Shadow gets back into his pool, but whew, it's getting scary now here in top lane. Shine has completed his Tiamat and is only sitting at a 30 CS advantage. Libero wants to try and turn this around, but Caspel is already there. There's going to be the ultimate stealing away. Caspel's getting soloed out here, and he's going to get taken down.
He's out the cusp. A bit of style points at the very end. That was good from Libero. We finally see him show up on the map. He's been happy feeding around the jungle, looking for ganks bottom lane, but nothing's been really going his way. Finally shows up right as Shine and Shadow get into a tussle and is able to kill the opposing jungler. You can see Shine really wanted to jump in, but there was no way for him to do so with such low health bars. A single combo would have been enough from Libero to kill him. Shine's being very risky, though. He's actually trying to see if he can catch the Vladimir by surprise. His rage would have worn off by now, but he's hiding inside the brush.
He's at half health. He doesn't have his ultimate available, though, so you won't get that burst of HP back. Gotta be a little bit careful. Take a look down toward this bot lane. This is what we expected here of Axis.
Yeah, this is what we've expected all series. Nothing's happened down here. In fact, what the just Kagami were the ones that were able to push Blaze out of lane first. He had to teleport back in or risk being ganked by Libero. And it's 76 CS to 98. That's a 20 CS lead 10 minutes into the match. And it's just a natural CS lead. And again, this is what's happened to Kagame all season. Sure, his last 2 games in this series have been much better when it comes to the laning phase. He has been falling that drastically behind when it comes to CS. But his game 1 damage share was atrocious. And game 2, his positioning wasn't very good in these team fights. He had to build Sonya's Hourglass on Ezreal.
Take a look at the gold totals here. Shine's going to head back to base with only 1,500.
But this is the beauty of Kleptomancy Ezreal, and something I want to talk about. 3,900 gold to 3,700 gold with a 20 CS lead. That's being mitigated quite heavily by a Kleptomancy.
Decent amount of work there done by the rune.
It's a 30 CS lead, by the way.
Yeah. On top of that, too, he gets the first back to his Miramana started up onto the stacks here. Looks like he might go the Iceborne Gauntlet route again. Back here into the river. There's the engage coming out from Chili. Libero's going to get caught out into another wombo combo knockup coming out here from the side of Axis Empire. R-Edge trying to get away, but he gets caught out as they're able to flash forward. Carino playing out of his mind so far on the Yasuo.
Carino on this Yasuo looks amazing. He is known for his control mages like the Victor. And he's pulled out this Yasuo, and he is styling on people today, Opal. He has come out to play.
And this is Axis taking something dearly beloved to win. Going for the Rift Herald immediately.
Opal, they're 3,000 gold ahead. I hate to break it to you, but this was a matchup that Win should have won.
They
were the
win
favorites,
in game
and they
1.
stomped game 1. After Axis were able to get their win condition of getting Shine ahead online. Somehow this Dark Horse teams keeps making their way into damn grand finals of the LST, and they're getting very close to doing it again. Because that's a Vladimir being shut down. That's a Aatrox that's not getting far ahead, and bottom lane is crumbling. Ezreal is not getting anything out of that bottom side.
It's getting scarier as it goes. Shadow can just almost soloed here by Shine.
It's an execution.
Here we go. Libero nearby. Gonna try and go for it. Steals away the ultimate. Shine. Gonna try and stall out as long as possible. No one's nearby. He might just try and jump immediately onto Shadow. Can't get the kill. There's finally a teleport. Shadow going back in.
So close.
Almost gets the kill on Carino, but he still gets it with the burn.
Gets it with the minions damage at the very end. Shine was still able to pull it off. Actually goes in and gets a 1-on-3 kill for himself.
Carino up in the top lane too. He's got his beginnings of the Zeal item. Oh, that's going to force out a flash. Here comes Rift Herald in ball lane. This is Axis Empire looking to accelerate this game 3 and get a little bit out of control here.
That's what they want to do. Accelerate this game. Make it so that there's no way for a potential comeback to happen to win. Lock in their grand final ticket. Lock in their chance to head to the World Championship. And take out the favorites of the tournament. That sends a statement to Liab and Mega, who fought so damn hard in the regular split to take out Win, and they weren't able to do so. And to see Axis in games 2 and 3 just do it casually, whew, that sends a message going to the grand finals. They just have to clear up this game. Shine does the right thing here. He understands that his only way out is to try and go and get a free kill onto Wars. Shadow almost gets it there. One more auto attack would have done it. Does the right thing, trying to negate the damage. You just see the final minion auto attack coming in at the very end, helps him with that kill.
Gives them a boop. Turp plating has fallen. Axis Empire pick up 9-0 to win. For reference, win on average take 2 towers at this point in the game on average. This is a shutdown.
4,000 gold ahead. Win need to find a way back into this game, and that needs to be Shadow getting 3 items somehow.
And it's a big question, too. You look back at the draft in game 2.
Yeah,
you try something
Pantheon.
brand new. That might just ends up costing you.
They need to just do something that's tried and tested. Oh, Karina going in
Oh,
again.
jeez.
Shadow might die here. Tornado.
Oh, no one going to be there. Meanwhile,
Caspel
Caspel got caught
dead.
out here by Libero. Carino deciding, all right, I might be dead. So he's going to try and just jump back in onto Shadow. Flash comes out, and Shadow gets a shutdown.
Oh, that might be what Win need. They get a kill into Caspel, who's wandering in the jungle, and then they force a kill towards Carino as well. I mean, let's pull back some gold for themselves. Still 4,000 gold behind here. It's a little bit of a dip in the top side, but does relieve a lot of pressure. And again, one of the things Win could do now is try and get 3 items on Vladimir. Get him into a flanking position. He's got phase rush on this Vladimir too, so if he gets in that flanking position, whew, he's going to be able to make short work of the back line of plays Carino. He's still got to get in there. He doesn't even have 1 item yet, Opal. He's struggling.
He's struggling.
He's
and
almost
this
50
is just,
CS behind.
and this is just so weird to see.
Libero.
We have not seen the Libero Shadow combo.
And Libero really trying to carry at the moment. He's got the proto belt on his Silas. Woo! He's doing everything he can. He's got a Gragas ultimate up here, so Shine needs to play around this.
There we go. Doesn't get the side step. Libero's not going to connect. Here comes Carino over toward the
He's
side.
going for a fight. He's going for a fight.
It's going to be a 2v2. Our Hedge and Libero need to turn this one around, but he just goes for the disengage.
Nice.
Ezreal ultimate comes out just to add some damage, but doesn't connect. Meanwhile, mid lane, though, is exposed, and that's going to be Blaze and Caspel getting it to about half health.
Yeah, he sees the inside track coming out from Brom as well as Ezreal and says, you know what, that's not worth the fight. Scares them away. Doesn't fall prey to the game. A well played coming out from Shine. Respectful play at that too. Realized he didn't want to overextend, but mid lane turret's been taking a beating. Blaze been able to chunk that down to half its hit points.
What a transformation from regular season Axis Empire coming into playoffs.
Losing to every team except for the 2 that got eliminated. That includes teams like Detonator, Steel Wolves, who have both been eliminated from playoffs. And all of those games didn't even look close. Axis Empire was all over the place.
Yeah.
The games they won involved Shine getting 6 items on Fiora and split pushing his way to victory. What a transformation.
See here,
2 and 5 to the finals would be a great story for a Dark Horse team. 2 and 5 to the grand finals. How about that?
In theory, the hardest side of the bracket to climb, too.
Ranked 6 in playoffs. Oh. You had to play against the 4th place team, then the 1st place team. They're doing wonders against the 1st place team right now.
Predator.
Seals for Khan's ultimate.
Two-shot barrage comes out. Karina holding on to the win. Well, meanwhile, bot lane. Shadow ripping and tearing. As Shine keeps applying pressure. Oh, that's Dominus. Shine, hello.
Shine.
Shine?
Shine.
Is this 1,000 IQ?
Shine, are you okay?
Is this a billion IQ? No, it's not a billion IQ, okay. I don't know what Shine was doing.
Shine's
that's
like,
the
I'm
thing.
angry.
There's still things like this in this team that keep popping up.
Well, they keep making those mistakes. Win are slowly going to pull back the gold. It's just under 4K now. The later this game goes, the less 4K matters, and they do have a Vladimir, which will scale. Shine can't split push that effectively against him right now. You can trade against him out in the open, but underneath the turret, he can't dive him like he would be able to if he was on something like Aatrox or Fiora.
Ping's coming in here and toward the mid lane. Might be looking for a fight here on the side of Win, but already the disengage from Axis.
Yeah, they need to make plays across the map here, Axis, if they want to work in this gold lead, because split pushing's not working out. They've been able to clear out the mid lane quite effectively too. They need to start contesting jungle camps like this red buff, take dragons for themselves. Start looking for rotational picks too.
Libero just wants to go fast.
Zoomies.
No, that's Yumi.
Zoomies. Predator pop by Gragas.
Yeah. It's to the point, though. You can just keep popping that all you want. Shine, you had Libero and Shadow collapsing. Our Hedge is going to go back toward the top lane. Has teleport available. See some items coming online here for Win. Proto Belt complete for Libero. You got Black Cleaver, Iceborne, and Miramana starting to be stacked here.
What is Shadow trying to buy? What is Vladimir? He's got the KFC variety bucket right now.
He might go Spellbinder.
They
Let's
found
see.
him.
They find him over toward the side here. That's going to be ultimate pop. Shadow stays alive, though. Castle's pretty low.
It's the problem with AP Gragas. If you don't get the jump on someone, you're just pretty much dead. It's the same as old mid lane Gragas. Like, you needed to be the one initiating, because if you're playing reactionary as AP Gragas, you are going to die.
All right, 3 members going up toward the top side for our Hedge. When they have an opening,
Zoom,
where are
zoom,
they going to
zoom.
go? You got zoom, zoom, zoom. Our Hedge going to get stunned and knocked up. Ultimates are going to be used.
Oh
No,
my
that's
goodness.
3 ultimates. Meanwhile, mid lane, though, Win can go ahead and get some freestanding gold.
And they get a free kill for themselves, but like you said, at what cost? They lose mid lane for this push. Kai'Sa cannot hold her own against 4 different players. Shine's trying to do what he can
Win.
bottom side of the map. Does have demolition, so he can take down this turret quite quickly, force people to react. Now with the kill advantage from top side, there is a potential here for Axis Empire to draw a few people bottom lane and try and take mid lane outer in return. Shine should get this turret for himself. Will use the stun though.
I'll use the stun on to the Vladimir, and Shadow doesn't have a tower to hide behind. And turret in mid lane taken, so Axis shift the gold back in their favor.
And that's okay. 1 kill, 2 turrets for a single turret. If you win, you're not too unhappy about that. You still break some free gold for yourself, but that's now a 5,000 gold lead for Axis Empire 21 minutes in.
You also got this Kai'Sa that's getting huge, has farmed up this entire time. Has completed a Rage Blade. It's now a threat onto Baron. 2 Cloud Drakes too. Nice handy move speed there for Axis Empire out of combat if they want to rotate a little bit more. Infernal's going to be our 3rd dragon joining us on the map.
If I was Axis Empire, just start, move your split push towards top side, keep the pressure in middle, try and get some good wards around this Baron, play around that next blue buff, but don't force for it just yet. Go and get the first Infernal, get the extra 10% to increase your lead more in the mid game, and then start looking towards a big Baron play. Because you do want to try and make a play before Vladimir gets his 3rd item. He's got Spellbinder now. He's looking towards his 2nd item soon. He's got the components for it. If he gets 3, it's a bit of a disaster. Gragas got a Morello number con for himself. Okay, there is a lot of healing on the team, so...
They really just want to try and shut down Shadow as much as possible. Yeah. And our Hedge too.
I don't like it, but it is an AoE healing debuff, which you kind of need for the top side for Win. Our Hedge, Libero, and Shadow, all on champions that rely heavily on healing to be efficient in fights.
You're going to go ahead and steal away the Gragas ultimate. Meanwhile, bot lane, Shine can just solo Shadow at this point. Has to flash away.
Forces the flash out of Vladimir, and Shine just needs to rinse and repeat.
You now have to use the Spellbinder to actually get out to safety with the extra move speed.
That's deadly too, because Spellbinder is one of those items you can get on Vladimir early to make him efficient in these mid-game, early-game brawls and skirmishes.
But you gotta stack it up.
Yeah, you have to stack it up. And you can still stack it up when it's, on cooldown, but it just means you use those previous stacks to evade that gank from Shine. And Shine now is saying, oh, I know I can kill you. You've got to be careful.
Woo!
A damage!
Here we go, though. Shadow wants to try and turn it back. Gets the Hemoplague, and there's the Braum as well. Shadow gets back into his Blood Pool. But no! He gets him with the Tiamat proc. He's going to try and turn it back. Here comes the True Shot Barrage. Shutdown going on to the Ezreal. Meanwhile, though, Baron going to get started here by Axis Empire.
They do get the shutdown, but this is going to be a 3-on-4 if Axis turn.
Let's see. Win start grouping up here toward the side. That's going to be the ultimate being used. Now re-engage, and there's
They
your
got
last
Kaisa.
breath on to the Aatrox. Kaisa going to get taken down. Libero doesn't get knocked up. Comes back to support, and Win are able to stop the Baron. Chili, what are you doing that far out there, bud? Gets over to safety, but it's just not far enough. Flash forward from Kagame. He's going to pick up the kill.
They might try and start Baron themselves here now that they know that 2 players are
Oh.
down. Blaze and Chili not going to respawn for some time. Teleport is available for Shadow. Shine did die later, so his teleport's going to come up in 5 seconds.
Here we go. Shine can teleport back in. Castle over toward the side. Carino not going to have ultimate available for this engage. 6,000 health onto the Baron.
No flash, no ultimate for Gragas either, but Shine's coming in with a big flank!
Shine coming in from behind. He's a scary.
The Baron's
reduction.
low!
Baron down to 3,000. Who's going to take it? Shine, though, doesn't even care. He's going to rip them apart. Shadow's going to fall. Goes into blood pool. Here comes Aatrox, though. Once again, Carino gets taken down. Kagame gets back to safety, and they reset.
Big flank coming out from Shine is able to turn that Baron fight around, and the first critical mistake was Blaze out of position in a 4-on-3. There is no reason to be running through that fight like that. You are the main damage dealer for the team in a long team fight. All Blaze had to do was play it safe, use his flash to get better distance, use his ultimate if he had to get better distance away from the threats of Aatrox. It's a 3-on-4. Let your Rakan be in front of you. Let your Yasuo go in first and be the main focus and threat, then come in with the damage afterwards. A really poor position of Blaze, costing his team a lot. They're almost costing the Baron, but that big flank coming out from Shine, saving the day. Whew, so close.
What that Infernal Drake is going to get secured here by Axis Empire. They get themselves 10% extra damage across the board.
Helps out so much with a lot of these players. I mean, lots of AD coming out for Carino. Ability powers being stacked heavily on the side of Caspio. And Blaze, well, whenever you've got a mana meter in the game, you get a lot of raw AD from it. So you're going to give them an extra 10%, a little bit of extra damage. Nice to have, just kind of gives them a bit more of a buffer than the 6,000 lead they have now. But Vladimir is slowly becoming a lot scarier. Especially when you don't have a hard tank beside of Axis. If he gets a big 4-5-man Hemo Plague, whew, it's going to cost a lot. And that True Shot barrage from Kagame coming out clutch as well in that engage, because what the Jets would have done, he was a dead man walking against the Renekton.
And also for Shine to have, you know, the reminder of saying, hey, I can use the Titanic Hydra to rip apart and get that extra shove, because it was the active being used there.
Yep.
It wasn't just the passive one. No, he needed to use the active to get that enough damage through the shield. And once again, dance starts up again around Baron.
And red buff's coming up, so they can, you know, try and get this red buff on towards Blaze. Seems like he wants to complete his Nash's Tooth first and let him go back to base. Got a stopwatch too. This is a crucial fight coming up from Axis Empire. 3 stopwatches being picked up, 2 being picked up by Win as well. Both these teams are saying this next team fight will probably be the big difference. Like you just pointed out there, big split push going on right now between the Renekton as well as Yasuo. Karina's pushing top side in. No teleport available for Shine, so he can't stick around this bottom lane for too long, but he can at least draw Vladimir away from the fight. Draw him as the main threat away from a position where he can try and get into a flanking position and start to wreak havoc in his fights. He's level 14, 2 levels, almost level 15, so a single level before he would be at that level 16 Hemo Plague stage where it's just going to hurt that much more.
I would almost like to see that Yasuo be the one coming down here for the split push, because he does have teleport available. The only one who could answer would be the Ezreal. Oh my.
It's 100% crit on Yasuo, so he does take this Baron really quickly. Rage Blade on Kaisa means she bursts it down as well. Winner looking to try and go in. Chili's in the same spot as he was last time. Blaze needs to stay alive in this fight.
There we go. Chili jumps in. He gets the double knockup onto the Aatrox. Our-Hedge able to survive. Caspil, though, tucks down Shadow. Caspil will die in the back of the pit. The Aatrox is able to be slain
Shine's
as
with
well.
the flank!
And there you go. Shine coming back in onto the Ezreal, and Axis Empire walk away, and they should be able to secure a Baron.
The only thing they have to watch out for is a True Shot barrage steal, because there is no smite available here for Axis Empire. But what a clean fight. Blaze does exactly what he needed to do, which he didn't do in the previous fight. It's going to be fine. True Shot, not enough damage to kill the Baron. That high hit points. Axis will secure Baron. He did exactly what he didn't do in the previous Baron fight. He disengaged. He walked back and said, I am not the main threat here. The main threat they're going to be focusing on is the Gragas and the Yasuo, because they are melee and also have high damage. So he just needs to be the follow-up threat. And all he has to do is wait. Chili goes in with Carino, and then it's time for Blaze to jump in on top of that and deal his damage. Beautiful play from the bottom lane AD carry and support. That's the second time Chili has threatened that position and executed it perfectly at the Baron choke point.
And Shadow during that fight, having a little bit of tunnel vision too, ended up trying to just go directly in onto the Gragas, leaving the rest of his team. You're a team fight, Vladimir. You're one of the best team fight champions in the game to apply damage. He just wanted to stop that Baron, but Caskill's an AP Gragas. He can burst you if you're not careful. Now Axis start knocking on the door here of Win. Sit at a 10,000 gold lead in Game 3.
2-5 in regular season for Axis Empire. 2-5. Only beating the two teams eliminated from playoffs. Whereas Win, undefeated, making Mega and Liab work in their best-of-3 series in the regular split. Looking like the clear favorites. One of the best teams we've seen since the Taipei Assassins in Southeast Asia, the LST and GPL. And the Dark Horse of Axis are one game away from once again punching their ticket to the Grand Finals. This is insane. The rivalry between the two Malaysian teams, and it's Axis, the old guard, that are coming out on top. Win might have to put up their last stand.
There we go. Blaze rejoins in. That true shot barrage gets denied by Carino's win wall. Chili going in for the engage. Can't find the knock-up. Immediately backing off, realizing, hey, we don't have to force this fight.
Shine's not here yet.
Shine not going to go in. He's going to have teleport, though, quite shortly. So can go back to the bot lane, apply pressure. Win going to get split pushed here. Baron buff for another 90 seconds in favor of Axis Empire.
Again, Axis need to play safe. They still have the ultimate combo from Gragas as well as the Yasuo. Blaze cannot be caught out like it was a Baron. Big chunk of damage on Kurogame. Might be the go button.
There you go. Another win wall. Advances the minions forward, and that's going to be the inhibitor now being taken. And for Win, the question becomes, how much do you give up? What the Jess gets chunked out. He has to go back to base. That's going to be 2 inhibitors taken here by Axis Empire.
They need to draw a line in the sand. They need to say, this is where we're going to put out our last stand, because if not, Axis is just going to slowly take every single objective to base.
Here we go. Shine goes for the engage, and he slices and dices Libero down. Ignite going to be used. Is it going to be too late, though? It's a jumpy castle. Here comes Carino with the last breath. Blaze onto the back line, and Axis Empire, they have done it. They have found the upset, a clean ace coming through, and they lock in their way into the finals, upsetting the undefeated Win.
The 6th seed coming into playoffs against the undefeated Win, taking them down 2-1. What an unbelievable series.
And it's not what counts in the regular season, it's what you do in playoffs. Axis Empire have a shot at Worlds.
what the heck just happened?
Win looked insanely dominant in regular season.
Game 1 of this season was Win.
Yes.
That's how Win played in game. Oh, what happened? Game 2 was. I felt like they just threw away game 2 and got so far tilted for game 3 they couldn't find their way back. Again, we didn't see Win's win condition, which is normally Shadow and Libero working in tandem to create huge leads due to how mechanically skilled they are.
And even that game 1 win wasn't that pair. It was RH.
It was Shadow being shut down, so RH had to step up, and he did. And Libero was playing very well. But you come into game 2, they pick Pantheon top lane, which doesn't work for them. And then they pick a scaling top lane Vladimir, which, again, wasn't able to create anything. It just gave Shine his win condition of getting ahead. Axis Empire with the upset. They've punched their ticket into grand finals again. They were second last split. This is the upset Dark Horse here.
No, this is ridiculous.
Knocked Resurgence, you know, the professional esports organization in Singapore, out of the competition. Not just the playoffs, out of the competition.
Yeah.
Knocked them out. And then they upset Liab to go into the grand finals last split. And now they come into this split, 2-5, last place in the playoffs, upsetting Detonator. And then coming into this matchup, pulling up an upset against the undefeated team, one of the best we've seen in the longest time. And we'll never get to know what happens when Win go international, and if an international team's going to bully their bot lane.
Yeah.
We're not going to find out these questions anymore. Oh my god. Win were favorites to win the whole tournament.
Like ridiculous favorites. You had a 90% win rate in games alone. This was a team that, on average, would take 2 to 3 towers before 20 minutes. They perfect game multiple teams. I think Axis, they almost perfect game in the regular season.
Yes.
It's absolutely insane that the fact that Axis Empire
But they-
are moving to the final.
They dug deep, and I was a little bit skeptical after Blaze made the mistake because he was costing his team a bit with his positioning on Zyre in the first game, and it looked like he was making similar positioning mistakes in game 3. But after that one mistake at Baron, he came back and just said, I know exactly how to play now. And positioned properly, perfectly in these team fights. And the draft execution from Axis was beautiful because they reacted so well to the fact that, okay, they're slowly banning out other champions, removing Gragas from first ban phase, and then Yasuo was permanently banned in second ban phase. So they knew if they could get Gragas in first pick phase, they can lock in their pocket pick of Yasuo at mid. And they were able to do that. And it was that perfect reaction in draft 3 that gave them that combo that they're so well known for. And I mean, hats off to Chili as well. Chili playing out of his mind. I hope one of these fights that we're going to look at is going to be one of those Baron plays, just because of that reason. Yes, it is. See, Blaze in this fight, they're going to come and attack him. And the first thing Blaze does is, I'm just going to run away and not even be in range. Chili cuts him off perfectly, doesn't go in until he knows his team can back him up, and gets both Libero and Shadow. Then Karina goes in, and then Blaze says, I can throw out my Q with the Mirror Mana procs and just deal all the damage to the ball. I am not the target here, because look, they're focusing Karina. Karina's at half health. They're focusing Chili. They're focusing Caspiel, who dies inside the Baron pit. Blaze is free to do as much damage as he wants. And that was where Axis Empire won the game. Right there and right there.
All right, so here's your post-game stats. Axis Empire.
Watch him give the MVP to someone like Yasuo or Renekton when it should be going to Chili.
Should be Chili, yeah.
Like, they just be like, oh, Yasuo and Renekton, flashy champions. Great. No, Chili better get MVP. Chili twice, okay, was able to set up big plays for his squad. And if Caspiel's going to die in Baron Pit like that, he doesn't deserve anything. Go home.
Still a little bit in shock here.
Would have been eliminated going into the grand finals without the undefeated regular season team. And you know, we could get a rematch. Mega taking on Axis Empire if they're able to win against Liab.
You told me Axis Empire would be facing Mega in the final again after how they bloody played in regular season.
Oh yeah, that's going to happen. I think Axis Empire taking on Mega. Never doubted them.
Take a look at this damage total. It's just a battle.
What?
What? What? Even our tie casters are a little confused, by the way.
I want whatever production's having.
Production having the good stuff, apparently.
What is...
Oh,
Wait.
excuse me.
Huh? Okay. I guess that's an MVP.
Chili got robbed.
Chili got robbed.
Grand larceny. Oh my god.
I thought it'd go to like Blaze or Carino or Shine. It's for Caspiel again.
Oh god. See, my general rule, if you never knew what MVP to give it to, you just default to the support. Usually. That was what you did.
Chili deserved it. Chili played very well that game.
I don't think Chili really cares whether or not he got MVP.
Maybe they think Caspiel set up all the top side plays. I mean, he did set up a few.
Yeah.
Maybe play Maker 8, 3, and 5.
He did solo Shadow when Shadow tried to only kill him at Baron. We saw that during the replay. We're so focused on Chili because Chili had a great engage coming out there. But either way, Axis Empire move on to our grand final.
And they playing live from GG Stadium in Vietnam.
Whew.
Trying to punch their ticket to the World Championship.
Only 3 games they need to win to get into the World Championship. Win, they get to watch our finals from home. World's the same. We're going to go ahead and take a short break. When we come back, it is going to be our battle of the Titans to see who takes on Axis. It's Liab taking on Mega.